Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Riley, and today I'm going to be talking about Freedom Munitions 147 grain 9mm ammo. So let's go ahead and get started. This ammo is, as you can see, made in Idaho in the USA, which is pretty cool. And I just wanted to talk about this ammo because I've started using it recently as I got a suppressor. And I've had good experiences with it, so I kind of wanted to give it a shout out and just talk about it a little bit. And even though ammo is really expensive right now, you can find this for fairly cheap. So let's go ahead and talk about it. And as you can see right there, it says 9mm Luger, 147 grain ammo. And let's take a little sneak peek at it real quick. Open up the box. And it just looks like your regular 9mm brass ammo. Doesn't look too much different from a regular bullet, 9mm bullet. Honestly, if I showed you this and a 115 grain, you probably couldn't tell the difference, but there definitely is quite a bit difference. So let's talk about it. So I bought this ammo because, and if you don't already know, 147 grain is kind of a heavier bullet, obviously, for 9mm. And it's something you want to run in a bigger handgun or a pistol caliber carbine. For example, I would not use 147 grain in my concealed carry pistol unless it's like a full-size pistol. The kind of rule of thumb I've heard is it's best to use 147 grain in full-size handguns or pistol caliber carbines. For my concealed carry pistol, I just use regular 115 grain hollow points. So yeah, like I said, this is for full-size handguns or pistol caliber carbines. It runs better in those. So this obviously is slower because the mass of the bullet is bigger. And so 115 grain is the most common. I would say 9mm bullet, it's traveling quite a bit faster. These, on the other hand, 147 grain, these are shooting around 900 feet per second, which is below the speed of sound, which means they are subsonic. They are not supersonic, which basically means it's easier to put a silencer or a suppressor on them. So this is what you would want if you have a silencer or a suppressor. And I was able to shoot quite a bit of these and had no issues cycling, no malfunctions. So obviously it's brass, so I never usually have issues with brass or steel, but yeah, these are really good to go in my opinion. So let's talk about a couple things real quick. So when choosing a bullet and you want it to be subsonic, you have a couple different options. You can choose 147 grain, 158 grain, or 165 grain. Those are the top three options that you would have for 9mm suppressed. Some people can get away with suppressing a 124 grain, but I don't. I would never choose that because you always have the chance it's going to go supersonic, and I don't really want that. So in my opinion, I would not go with anything below 147 grain if I want to shoot subsonic. So like I said, I was able to shoot this out of two different guns. The CZ Scorpion carbine, which is a 16-inch barrel, and it did stay subsonic. And a Grand Power Streetbog SP9A1, which is obviously, it was subsonic, 8-inch barrel. So the crazy thing about this is, if you don't know already, the longer the barrel of a rifle, the more velocity the bullet has. So a 16-inch barrel obviously would make a bullet go faster than an 8-inch barrel. And even with my CZ Scorpion carbine 16-inch barrel, these bullets still stayed subsonic. So I know that's an issue some people worry about. They're like, hey, I just bought my pistol caliber carbine. It's got a 16-inch barrel, and I got a suppressor. Is it still going to stay subsonic? Well, with my findings and testing, these bullets, the Freedom Munitions 147 grain bullets, do stay subsonic out of a 16-inch barrel. So 16.2 for the CZ Scorpion carbine, I think. So that's really good to know. And it is super quiet. It's hard to tell which one was more quiet, the Scorpion carbine or the Streebog. They were really similar. I think to the shooter, the Scorpion might be more quiet because the barrel's longer, and so obviously the muzzle blast is further away from your face. But like if you were actually to measure the decibels, I think the Streebog was more quiet because it has a shorter barrel and overall less velocity, and it was just more of a quiet setup. So yeah, I like these bullets a lot. I wouldn't buy. When I bought these, and obviously we're in July 21st, 2021, ammo is still really hard to find and expensive. But these were only $19 a box, which is pretty inexpensive for nice brass. So I know a lot of gun stores are, jacking the prices up to $30 to $40 a box of 9mm, but I got the Freedom Munitions. They still have them for $19 a box. So I have had pretty good experience with Freedom Munitions. They always have stuff in stock, so sometimes they're not the cheapest, but every time I've ordered anything through them, I've got it in like 4 to 5 days after I place the order. So some people have had issues with them, and I've heard some different things about them, but I've had a good experience with Freedom Munitions. Honestly, sometimes it's easier just to order through them versus, going into a store and trying to find ammo, and honestly, a lot of the local places like Sportsman's Warehouse and Cabela's, they're all picked clean, so usually ordering online is the best bet. And yeah, you have to pay shipping and handling, but also you don't have to go drive to a store. And 9 times out of 10 nowadays, the store is picked clean, so you don't have to worry about dealing with any of that. So yeah, I don't want to make this review too long, but just know that these bullets do run good. I only tested them in pistol caliber carbines. I think they're excellent if you want to suppress them. A lot of people, in my opinion, 9mm is a great round to suppress in pistol caliber carbines, even in handguns. It's a lot cheaper than 45 ACP or 300 Blackout. So, yeah, 300 Blackout's more made for suppression and obviously more powerful, but in my opinion, it's so expensive and it's so hard to find that 9mm subsonic is better in my opinion. And obviously, having one of these in your home defense setup, 30 rounds of 147 grain 9mm suppressed, I think that's perfectly, reasonable to have. So, I have a 9mm suppressor, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I can shoot 300 Blackout through it, but like I said, with the prices and the availability, I just don't think I'll ever go towards 300 Blackout, and I don't honestly think I need it. So I'll just stick with the 9mm subsonic. So this is my small review of Freedom Munitions 9mm 147 grain brass. And I hope you guys have a good week, and please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already.